looks terrible. They said we've said from day one that excessive force here obviously occurred. They should have addressed it early on and made sure this officer was terminated based on his behavior, and they didn't.
Now on Austin News, cries of a cover-up come to a head as a leaked report contradicts APD's official version of what happened in the Nathaniel Sanders shooting. Thanks for watching us today. I'm David Scott. When the City of Austin's independent review of last year's Nathaniel Sanders shooting came out in October, it was far from complete. Major sections dealing with Officer Leo Quintana, who shot Sanders, were redacted from the document. Now, information from the unedited version of that report has appeared in a local newspaper, adding fuel to the fire of critics who accuse Austin police and the city of a cover-up. The report apparently uses the words excessive force and reckless to describe Quintana's fatal shooting of the 18-year-old Sanders. It also says Quintana fired on Sanders without seeing a gun in the teenager's hand. For more on all this, we go to the APD headquarters in our Jacqueline Ingles. And Jackie, I guess Chief Art Acevedo had some pretty tough words for anyone accusing his department of a cover-up.
David, just about an hour ago, Chief Acevedo used the words offensive and irresponsible when talking about critics of how he has handled the independent review that called the actions of former officer Leo Quintana reckless. These conclusions are in direct contrast to Acevedo's ruling that Quintana's tactics and force were within department policy. On May 11, 2009, Quintana fatally shot Nathaniel Sanders after he said Sanders reached for a gun in his waistband. The chief says he has not released the entire review because law prohibits him, but critics are calling this a $50,000 cover-up at the taxpayer expense.
We have an attorney general's opinion telling us we can't release it, and we have a federal judge telling us we can't release it. I don't know about you, but when a federal judge tells me to do something, guess what I do? I obey that order. That is my job as a soldier of the law.
I think I'm pretty disgusted with a whole lot of them. And I'm particularly disgusted with the mayor saying, well, it's just another opinion, I'm not going to bother to read it.
Jim Harrington referring to a quote there from Mayor Leffingwell in the newspaper where the mayor said the report's conclusions were just an opinion. That was earlier this morning. Since then, the mayor has updated his response. Later in the afternoon, Leffingwell changed his response, saying the council remained unaware of the full details until they were reported in the media. Like everyone, I'm troubled by the findings of the report and intend to review the matter fully. Now, David, Quintana was fired from the force this week, but not because of the shooting. Acevedo handed down an indefinite suspension because of a DWI Quintana was busted for in January. Critics called that delayed justice and said it would have meant more to see him lose his job for killing Nathaniel Sanders. Now, several times during the press conference, Art Acevedo said he cannot wait to speak fully on this matter, and that'll be when it's taken up in civil court. Live at APD headquarters, Jacqueline Ingles, KXAN Austin News.